What's up, Libby?
Bell and Company.
Yes, it is. It's another edition of Bell and Company here at Intellectual Radio. I am the Bell of Bell and Company, Mario J. Bell. Welcome to the show. We heard a couple voices. I was getting excited there in the open, and
Really?
and then that other voice right there, that's Libby. She's an announcer. Hey, Libby.
Hi.
Hey,
How you doing?
Hi. How you doing?
Grandma Libby, Grandma Tartar's over there.
I'll be 81 this week.
Yeah, in a
I'm
couple
old.
days. So, oh yeah, that's right. It's I should know that because it's a Passover, Holy Week's coming up, and Libby's gonna be, what is it, 81 already?
Yeah.
We got Oldie Locks over here.
Oldie Locks, and that's Joe. Hey, Joe Bronco, welcome to the show.
Hey.
So yeah, we got a lot going on. I hope everybody that's listening live had a good Passover day, week, however they refer to it, and then Holy Week's coming. Which, I was thinking we should have had the guests from last time on this time. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it, for a Holy Week? But that's okay.
Oh, from Olivet, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. No biggie. No,
Definitely
both
good to have them.
Both, yeah, because the other shows we did just recently, they were, they worked at the colleges. They worked at Benedictine, Olivet, and all that. So, but anyway, I'm sure they're having a good holiday week, or Holy Week, whatever you call it, Holy Week.
Oh, no doubt.
And it's a good time to just think about, I guess, get, all the religion stuff together again for this week, unless you're not Christian. I guess if you're not Christian or Jewish, you don't worry about this week, right? They already did something. Muslim people did Ramadan already.
Yeah.
I think that's coming to an end.
There's definitely other holidays, and some religions don't even
celebrate. Some
holidays.
don't have any, yeah. But yeah, it's big Holy Week for us, for the Christians around. But anyway, so we got a cool show today, and let's just bring them in so we don't forget to welcome them. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Your name is what?
Osvaldo Paese.
Hi, Oswaldo. Nice to meet you.
Okay, I was always wondering how to announce your last name. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say
that's
it.
awesome. Can you repronounce that?
Say that again.
Paese?
All my friends call me Ozzy, but
I love
my-
that. I love your
my-
last name.
my full name's Osvaldo Paese.
Okay, Paese.
We'll just stick with, I like Ozzy. We're going to call you Ozzy from now on. We're friends, right? Well, welcome to the show.
That actually reminds me, because I'm a guest today, and somebody invites you to your house. You bring a little something.
Oh, he brought us gifts. Now I like this. You can come on
shoot.
anytime.
This is
Super
Mario coffee mug.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Sure.
Here, let's put some
That's
water in there.
wicked.
Let's test her out. All right. That's cool.
Not sure if you have one already, but
I don't.
He does.
I have a hat, actually, that I don't know what I did with, but I have the Mario hat. That's awesome.
And, this is for
That's
Joe,
epic.
because he was in a very good band called Primal Moon, which you should check out. But this is a book on mythological animals,
Ooh.
and it's
Sounds
bought it-
sexy.
I love this. I feel like it's,
I am an avid reader, so
this is the wrong holiday. In Holy Week, they weren't bringing gifts, were they? That was Christmas. Jesus was born. This is great.
I
went
am
to,
so excited to check this out.
Are you guys familiar with Half Price Books?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love
Oh,
half
yeah.
price
Man,
books.
they got so many nice things there.
Give them a free plug. We love them. Half price books. I don't know if they're national, but they're definitely in the Midwest, Illinois, Indiana,
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
They're pretty national, well, or Midwest at least. But,
Yeah. They got a lot of
I
locations.
also like Second and Charles, but they closed the one in Naperville.
There's only a few of those. That one
Yeah.
I've been to that one in Indiana. That's the only one I know of in Highland, Indiana. For
Second
people
and Charles
around.
is probably my favorite. There's one in Augusta, Georgia, where I'm moving.
Oh,
Yeah, I went there the other week. so-
Joe's moving because he wants to be by Second and Charles. Is that what it is?
That's the exact
he
reason.
needs to-
I mean, I love half price books and all, but Second and Charles has the heart.
They got so many cool toys too. Both of those stores. That's what I like about them.
And Second and Charles also has instruments too. Like
Do they sell it? Oh, no,
guitars.
I don't remember seeing that. Just
I've never-
toys.
I've
Lots
never
of
been
toys.
there, but,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you work there part time or something?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I just frequent there.
Okay.
I try to avoid like the big chain stores if I can, unless I'm doing grocery shopping. or
Shop
something.
local. That's awesome.
I
So-
agree.
And also, it's a little more exciting because you find things that you weren't expecting to find. So-
And sometimes you'll find like a little note in some of the books.
That's-
That
Oh,
you
I
guys
haven't had
read.
that yet. Only at the library I've had notes like they scribble or like when you get old textbooks. Remember those days where it was all like highlighted and everything?
Oh yeah.
But not at half. I haven't had that at half price books or Second and Charles yet.
Yeah, I get that a lot more in the little free libraries though. Those things are fun. I
That's
love those things.
are you giving to those too? You see those in the neighborhood where you give a book, you take a book. You've
I
seen
think
those?
I have a couple times. Yeah, in the city, you see it like I think there's one in Rogers Park where they have just kind of in the middle of the neighborhood.
In
right
Chicago.
next to some apartment buildings, and they have like a thing where take a book, give a book.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Every time I
Love it.
see one, I swap a book out and just kind of like.
I think that's what you're supposed to do. Give one, take one, right? Isn't that how that works?
Sometimes like they don't care. They'll just be like free take one,
Do you guys put flyers for your music, your bands and stuff in there too? Or just like, hey, if you want to listen?
I put my book in there. Yeah. But
He wrote a book. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, you have a book?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
It's
know
a really cool book, actually.
Yeah, it's about a hippo. So
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
right. That's right. No, I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
that.
But
I know he's a Dungeons and Dragons fan. Oh, and Harry Potter.
Our mutual
So
friend Aaron did some work with you, right?
Aaron's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Aaron's a really cool guy.
I've known
Yeah,
him a while, yeah.
he's the one who did all of. He was actually here a couple weeks ago.
I was going to say, everybody knows everybody around here.
Yeah.
And then one of our guests is now doing shows like we're doing, but they're a little shorter. They're
Oh,
like
Dell?
30 minutes. Dell is doing podcasts now too. So
Yeah, and so's Hector.
we're all keeping it in the family.
It's kind of cool if you ever start a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I was gonna preface this with I always am told, oh, you speak too quietly. And I'm not probably the best podcast guest. My wife is always yelling, "What the hell did you say?"
What did you say? That's okay. You do it in the
have to-
music.
you
Where
have- yeah,
well,
you have
and
to
the
let me
reason
know
you're here is for
if I'm too
to
quiet.
talk about your music. So, how did you meet up with Joe? I didn't hear that part of the story.
We ran into each other at open mics, right?
a
Oh,
few
it's
times,
open
yeah.
mics.
One in Ballydoyle. He was playing with Brojack
Yeah,
with Chris.
Oh, I love Belly Doyle's.
yeah. That was a fun one. I like.
Are they a chain too? Because I know they're in 2 cities.
Yeah, they used to have I think 3, but now they're only like Aurora and Downers.
And Downers Grove.
Downers is the more frequented.
I think that was the
open mic.
first one, if I'm not mistaken. I thought Oak Lawn.
Could be.
But there's a bar. Well, no, I'm
right?
thinking of Durbin's. Maybe they're similar.
I know there's Riley's daughter in Oaklawn somewhere or something. Like
Man,
that.
I can hear
yeah.
cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching noises in my head. We keep talking about these places.
Oh
Funny.
yeah, hey, if
So
you
if you
guys
wanna go-
listen to this, pay us.
Yeah, right. You got to send a checks to marojbell.com. Anyway,
Thanks, Durbins.
but yeah, so small world. Again, I say it again. I mean, you guys just hooked up at a
And
open mic night.
O'Neill's open mic. I've seen him several times.
Yeah, BCA.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we already
Yeah.
talked to BCA a couple months back.
We did.
Yeah.
I'm actually. We've talked to so many. You know, it's been a year since
Yeah.
Joe's been here already. That time flew by. Since when we first interviewed you, that was a year ago.
How long have you been playing music? Like
Um,
you've been in it for a while.
Yeah, I'm 38 now, going on 39, and I really more or less started playing in public when I was like 17.
Wow.
It's good,
just
good longevity.
The open mics, or
I have been in a few bands here and there too, but for the most part, I always have my solo thing going on.
How much do you play in a week normally? Dependent.
You mean like gigs or
Yeah.
gigs? It really comes and goes.
I get that.
Yeah, like a lot of times there's more opportunity for like cover song gigs. So
You got a really smooth voice.
I do play those more, but ideally I want to be doing my own stuff. And
I get that.
yeah, so that question is it depends.
so
like-
from 17 to now, you've been doing this quite some time. Do you have a bunch of albums out now that have releases, songs that are on like
Sure.
Spotify and all those,
Oh, yeah.
everything,
Yeah, I have-
Bandcamp, all that stuff?
man, I honestly I've written about 500 songs, and not all of them are like on Spotify. Most of them are either on YouTube or TikTok, but on Spotify and Amazon I have at least 50, and those are a little more
Wow.
little more fleshed out recordings.
You got some YouTube, don't you?
Oh yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of YouTube.
Thought so.
A lot of YouTube.
Yeah, no, you
So you're doing video, not just audio.
Yeah, and I have some buddies that another shout out, James Hennis. He's done some music videos for me.
Mr. RRA himself.
That's right.
I was gonna try to get him in at some point soon. He's a fun guy.
He's very
You even
prolific,
know
too.
that for sure. I swear everybody knows everybody in this business. I hope nobody upset somebody else. Jesus Christ, that's like
Oh, I have some stories.
you do
I mean,
really.
Yeah, I mean, I've been an upsetting person too because I get intense, like and
He's not in Primal Moon anymore, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I wanted to unplug because I think it was just kind of a lot of the stuff was mentally just twacking me out. I was starting to I was putting so much pressure on myself because I mixed my priorities being in the band because I wanted to pay off my parents' debt, pay off my debts, and figure that out. And the only way I saw it was getting my band to the top,
Sure.
like as quick as possible. So I was basically just frying my brain out.
And he
I
did
was-
that in what, 3 bands, right? Not just one.
Yeah, and I was getting and I started to just like build an anger again that I used to have in high school that I hadn't had for a while when I was in ministry, and I just started like snapping and getting mad and frustrated with people. It was just
I can
it
relate.
drained me, you know.
Libby gets mad at me every day, so
and it made me hate myself for it. So
Yeah,
I
it's
just wanted to
shameful.
unplug and kind of just grow.
I could totally relate. And I think a lot
but you
of
don't have
artistic
you're
people-
solo mostly.
for the most part, but I have been in a band where, and I
love those guys. They're great musicians. It's just I can't.
Yeah.
Mentally, I was getting rough.
I think you guys will be friends for life for what the time you spent together. And
I made it hard because I got really mad after the whole breakup, and
Oh.
I was frustrated.
I haven't heard that part of the
even though
story.
I was the one leaving. It was just I was the one who pushed off. It was just more of what led me to feel that way, and I started snapping out, and afterwards, actually just ran into 2 of them yesterday. So we talked. We all had
You didn't get
phone
in fisticuffs.
No, there was no fisticuffs.
Okay.
We enjoyed Rad Dad Duke's birthday party at base camp.
oh, nice.
Yeah, but I want to hear one of your songs. Is it cool
Oh,
if he plays?
We're
one
getting
of
to
them?
that. We're getting to that. We still want to know more about him. Let's talk about what Joe was saying. Like, did you have incidents like that where didn't agree with the band members?
Well,
Why are you just solo?
I hate to be on a sour note a little bit, but I started a group that my intention was it was going to be a democracy, and it was going to be like
That's what I was hoping for.
it was going to be kind of like 3 acoustic guys, and we were going to all be singers and all play guitar. But as time went on, nobody wanted to play bass, and certain people wanted to take the lead, and I ended up playing bass because nobody wanted to do it, and it was fun. Then we also, by the way, we started turning more towards covers because that's where the gigs were, and that's not what the original
Intent.
idea of
What do you call yourself now? Just your name, or do
just
you
my
have
name, yeah,
okay.
Osvaldo Paese, yeah.
Ozzy
But yeah,
on the albums? Ozzy.
but I've been going by that name since, because if you even go on my YouTube channel, there's videos from like 2009, 2010.
Under the Ozzy or your full name?
My full name.
Oh, okay.
And,
I've watched a few.
thanks, yeah.
I've watched quite a few actually.
Thanks.
I was like, I really enjoyed your voice when I first heard it. So like
you.
when I saw you post, I'm all like, yeah, I'll watch it. I like his voice,
Thanks.
and like, so I don't know, it's very smooth.
YouTube used to be a little more friendlier towards its creators, and I feel like in the last maybe 10 years, it became a little more corporatized.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Well, they want everybody to buy it now.
Yeah,
Not so much for our videos like independent producers, but everything else you buy.
they
yeah.
want brand
Subscription.
placement.
I think actually even for our shows you can subscribe to stuff.
Sure.
I don't know if you pay for it yet, but it did get very, very corporate. Not that it wasn't before,
yeah,
but before Google got involved.
yeah.
I get that. 'Cause
Oh yeah, you could take off a lot easier on YouTube, like just with a viral video.
I got taken down, so that's why I haven't put a new one up yet. I'm so mad at them. I had years of videos,
Oh, for real.
and some of it was copyright. Okay, like I had the Three Stooges on there in bits, but then I would edit and I would be in the bit with them. That's why I was like, really, is this copyright issue? And no warning at all. It's just
They
one
just
day they gave
sniped
me an
you down.
email. That's it. You could appeal it, and then the appeal obviously didn't get anywhere. So that's my view on, on the corporatism part of it.
Even if you're not making money from it, they still
Then I
take it
wasn't.
down.
I did not monetize it. So I
Right.
mean, we use it every day. We're using it now, but I just don't understand why they got so strict with stuff.
I have a little bone to pick with a certain the artist formerly named as Prince.
No kidding.
May God rest his soul.
What
But
did he
I
do?
did a cover-
You stole his song. He stole yours.
no,
what?
no, I didn't steal a song. I did a cover of Little Red Corvette on YouTube. Like, this is still when he was alive. I don't know if you remember, but
And he
he-
sued you.
he used to not have any of his music on YouTube.
Yeah, he's anal about
none,
that.
None
yeah.
of his music.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
remember that.
I remember that.
He was very strict.
Very
Yeah.
strict.
Where did you find him? You just had to buy it in the stores, basically, or download it.
Oh,
No,
from his website
no
or-
free stuff,
Yeah, or-
basically.
yeah.
I get
Yeah,
it.
he knew his worth,
Yeah.
Well, it was
yeah,
on the radio.
He obviously did
yeah.
really well. But
Oh yeah.
So you played a song,
I
and
played his song, and I uploaded it, and it was the first time I ever had any issues with YouTube, and it got muted, and that was when I decided, like, okay, I used to do like my originals and covers, but then I kind of was like, let me just focus on the originals on YouTube because you never know.
would you consider your style maybe a little, I mean, rock or jazzy kind of? I mean, I heard some clips. I'm like, I'm not sure what do you classify yourself at?
Not quite jazzy, although I love jazz and the improvisational nature of it. But I would say it's a little more folky, more singer-songwriter-y.
Okay,
More some rock, alternative rock.
more of a Dylan kind of deal.
He's definitely an influence. Yeah.
That was a good movie, by the way, and it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But
Complete
I really
Unknown?
enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was some brilliant acting
It
from
was
all ends.
It was a little Hollywood, but it was still very good.
Little
Yeah,
bit.
it was
but-
still very
I
good.
think he looked like him though.
Yeah.
A much younger version of Dylan.
no,
We're
he
talking
did.
about the new movie with Timothy Chalamet, whatever.
Yeah, he did a great job. Yeah, and there's actually little tidbits in there where he's playing some pretty obscure songs of his.
Yeah.
That only like if you were really into Dylan, you would catch that.
Mhm.
And I thought that was.
I know he talked about it in interviews. I don't think I did catch it in the movie. I
Yeah.
was half paying attention. I was getting popcorn every 10 minutes. But
That's why I liked his speech when he won. Was it the Academy Award that he won, or what did he win?
I
A
think
Golden Globe, I think.
Golden Globe.
yeah, I was gonna
And-
say I think it was Golden Globes.
And he
Yeah.
said, "I want to be one of the best actors of all time."
Yeah.
You know? And that's what he goes for. In every movie he's in, he puts his whole entire heart and soul into it. And
Is that what we're trying to do, Ozzy? You want to be the best musician ever?
I mean, I don't know if you can say they're the best when it comes to arts.
It's true.
People like to categorize like that. You can talk about Jordan and LeBron that way.
You call them goats.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Jordan, but
Agreed.
although nothing against LeBron, he's great. So is Magic Johnson and stuff. But
I mean,
No,
I think it's good to have goals, I guess, is the bottom line there. You don't have to necessarily be the best or be arrogant enough to think you're the best, but to
Yeah.
strive to do the best you can, I think is the
and also
point of
with-
what he's talking about, Shyamalan.
also with art and music and things like that, you have to look at it in the context of the time. Picasso, for example, you look at some of his things, and some people from a modern eye would say, "Oh, that looks kind of childish,"
Yeah,
But
definitely.
at the time, it was a little shocking to see that.
Oh, yeah.
to have it.
Well,
drawn
it's
that
still
way.
there's still a Picasso in Chicago, the big one.
Excellent.
I made fun of it in the Blues Brothers movie.
And it's also the concept of art, the fact that you could be dead before your stuff gets even big.
Yeah.
You know, like
Van Gogh.
Monet,
Van Gogh, exactly.
Van Gogh.
You know, it's like Vincent was
Michelangelo. Well, no, he was kind of famous back then too.
Caravaggio, I think he died at like 38, actually.
Yeah, that whole band Vienna Beach or whatever that drove off the cliff in Germany.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
But they weren't famous till after they died.
They were like getting there. They had just gotten on TV and stuff like that, and it was pretty well known.
I'm not suggesting they do something
No,
drastic
no.
so you can become the GOAT or whatever. I'm just we
No,
just kind of went
no.
on a little side thing there. But
if it happens, it happens. But whatever.
That was just more of I got
where do you play a lot? Just the open mics, or do you have specific venues that you try to work at in the Chicago area?
I have a gig next Friday in Michigan, and close to the border of Indiana. A buddy of mine set it up.
what's
it's
the
called-
place?
It's called Wolf Whistle Brewing.
That's cool.
Where's that? New Buffalo?
Close.
Michigan?
It's Pawpaw.
Oh, Pop. Oh, wow. I got a family up there.
What's the
Oh,
drive
really?
there?
That
How far
is.
that?
2.5.
Yeah, it's a couple
2.5?
hours. Yep.
It's,
But it's worth it.
Set. Yeah.
It's a nice view, cool bar. I've been there.
You have.
I forget what it was called before. I don't think they've always been that same name.
Wow, small world.
Yeah, no.
Have you
I
ever
like I
talked-
said, a family.
Have you ever talked to Mr. Reese about setting up like a original show
At
for Black
Black
Dog
Lung-
Vinyl?
oh yeah, I played there 2 years ago. Zach set it up.
Oh, really?
That
That's
was fun.
cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Mike's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I like Mike a lot.
Joe just did a thing like a book signing music thing. I mean, they had how many people played for your show? It was Tim and who else?
It's just Tim.
Oh, it was? Oh, well, there's pictures of other people. Maybe they're just congratulating
People
or something.
there, yeah.
Like an open mic deal you made it into or something. Because they were up. There were two people in the pictures in the video,
Nice.
but they weren't playing. So it was you signing, him playing, and everybody buying records.
Wolf's Whistle?
Yeah.
Wolf's Whistle.
And then I have another gig that is a kind of a reoccurring thing on and off. It's at a Village Squire restaurant. It's out
I've seen you
in the
post
west
a lot about
in the
that.
West Burbs. But those gigs I'm playing like covers.
That's Schaumburg, isn't it?
No,
Yeah, where is that?
West Dundee.
West Dundee.
Okay.
For everybody not familiar, that's way out there. That's
little
way
bit.
west.
A little
Might
bit.
as well be going to Rockford or DeKalb.
Pretty close.
That's a beautiful town.
Yeah, it's nice there.
I like downtown.
Wait,
West
isn't
Dundee.
that where
Rock House?
Santa's Village is?
It used to be. Yeah, they closed.
Did they close down? I never knew that. Okay,
Actually, I'm not sure.
I know
He
they
lost his village.
They lost. Santa lost the village
Christmas
in Dundee.
lost-
We're just all over the place. We're supposed to be talking about Ozzy over here. I like Ozzy. I'm just going to call you
That's
Ozzy.
okay.
But we talked about how you knew Joe and everything, and your event in Michigan. That's pretty cool. Are there a bunch of people on the lineup, or is it just you doing the
There's
whole
like
night?
5 other people.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
It'll be fun.
That's gonna be a fun time. Is that your first time playing in Michigan, or where
I
have you
did
played
do-
the furthest?
I did do one open mic there
Ah.
in Kalamazoo. I can't remember the name of the place because I got a close buddy of mine.
Was it that
Well-
big brewery in Kalamazoo?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, with the outdoor area.
I think it was. Yeah.
It's such a cool
Yeah.
place.
How did you get-
They
how
had the
did-
stage?
How did you get the gig in Paw Paw again? You were just saying
Oh,
it.
Just my buddy. We used to be in a band together, which didn't quite work out, but it was probably my favorite band I've personally been in. But it kind of imploded a little bit. You know,
What was it called?
Pentatonic Snails.
Ah,
Yeah, we didn't talk
were-
about any of the bands you were in, so there's one of them.
That's okay.
Okay.
You know, we were in our like earlier 20s, so it was a little chaotic. But no, it was a lot of fun. We were very well rehearsed as opposed to some other projects I've been in.
I get that.
Well, you were telling me when we were booking you to come here that you were you knew a bunch of the other people. I know we mentioned a few, but there was somebody else that you I thought were working with that has been on the show here.
Oh, quite a few. Yeah, you guys had Stephen Bard. I know him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bard's a
Steve.
cool guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, and you had who was the guy that was on the Jewish Matchmaker?
You worked with Stuart
Chaseman.
Chaseman.
I met him at an open mic.
Oh, okay.
That's epic.
Yeah.
He's definitely a character. I'm still not sure if that's his real hair. For people
No,
who
I
can
didn't
look,
date him on the show.
I don't know, but yeah, he was on about a month ago now already, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, he's on the television show from Netflix. He's not sure if he's coming back, but he's also into music. He's got like 2 albums, 3 albums or something.
When I saw him, when I first met him, he was just doing music. He didn't have that show yet. It was like a year before that.
Oh, so it's been a while ago because I think he did the show like 3 years ago.
Did he get matched?
Well, they showed him get matched, but he didn't want to talk about it on the air of what happened after. So I'm guessing that it was maybe more for show. I think most reality TV is for show. It really is. Let's be honest.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I guess some people will find it.
On Shark Tank, they really do work with those businesses, but I've heard they've had issues. They get sued. So, you know.
I know, right?
So I don't
For
know if
sure.
reality TV is that real, but
that's probably my favorite
Stuart.
reality show.
yeah, Stuart was
Shark-
on there.
Shark
No, Stuart wasn't on Shark Tank.
Tank
He
is
was on
fun.
the Jewish Matchmaker show
Right.
on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
But
I love
anyway,
seeing people invent just the coolest little contraptions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just wish it was more real. I mean, I guess it's hard to do. I mean, you got to stage some things to set up for the video, you know, like because they can't be with you 24/7.
Right.
But to me, it's like it's kind of obvious now. When the MTV show came out, okay, it was kind of realistic because they would play at events and you would see them live, and then you'd see all the video of that. But that even became staged, you know, when it was the
Right.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I digress. So you did know, people have been on our show already.
Snooki's my homegirl.
Who's
Just
that?
kidding. I never even watched the show.
Oh, I was gonna say the little short one, the short attack, the feisty
She was
one?
funny. She was funny.
Libby, you could spar with her. You're about the same height, I think.
All I remember was seeing all the commercials, and Snooki was usually one of them where they were like focused on her because she was a goofball.
Well, they would just they would get her in all the situations, her and then the situation. He went to jail for tax fraud, so don't get involved with any of these reality shows and not pay your taxes.
He got himself in a situation.
But anyway, so you know some of the past guests. I wanted to
there was
bring that up.
There's a few others you had on here that I know through like the scene and stuff.
Well, I thought maybe you
Brian,
played with them,
PC.
but you did in an open mic scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
we
in
played multiple. Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, small. It is a small world. I mean, maybe we don't know everybody in LA, but if they're from Chicago, we probably know 'em.
Yeah.
You know, in
A
terms
lot
of
of
music,
times.
actors, it's just a small, close knit community. That's why I said I don't think we're upsetting people. we're going to find out we're out of work or we don't get jobs because of what we did. I hope not.
I was talking to because I live close to a place called Flats and Sharps Music Store, and I go there.
I've heard of it.
I go there to buy strings sometimes, and
Where's that?
it's in Norwood Park. They have another location too.
In Rogers Park.
Yeah, that's right.
I know the name.
Mhm.
Libby knows it.
Yeah.
But I was talking to one of the workers there, and he's a instructor too, guitar instructor, and he was kind of giving me the gist about like how younger people aren't quite as into learning instruments. They're not as gung ho.
Now, today's generation.
Yeah.
Techno.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
They want a computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you work in music like full time, or what else do you do?
No, I'm a caregiver. I take care of elderly people.
Oh,
So
so
very nice.
you can play. Well, you probably don't play music for them.
I had a job before this one where I worked in a home for adults with developmental disabilities, and I used to play there sometimes.
My mom
That's-
does.
that's
She
great.
works at she's an art teacher at a day center.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I swear, you guys are having like similar paths.
Jacob Rosas from Color Me Amused. He also works for one of those companies. Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking. He skipped over what he did in the day job. He was all into talking
Yeah,
about
he
his
worked at a
band and
center
stuff.
for mental development.
Yeah, I know we brought up like the
I've also noticed
mental health thing.
I've also noticed that several people in social work, they're also involved in music and art. I have a close buddy of mine. He's a therapist now, but he plays music, and I think a lot of those kind of mentally draining jobs.
Oh, right. The music is like the therapy.
A little bit.
That makes sense. Yeah, I
It could
imagine it'd
the
be stressful.
therapy, like that. I was hoping one day, like, to just get the chance to focus on music without all the booking
Yeah.
and the other things involved. That would have been
Just do the art, right? Yeah.
that's it, and that would have been a lot less building stress.
Do you have somebody helping you book, or are you just getting it all on your own?
No, when somebody asked me, "Do you have a manager?" I say, "You're looking at him."
You're looking at the manager, Ozzy over here. Okay, all right.
Manager Ozzy.
Nothing wrong with being your own management. I've done it myself over the years, but right now we're working with some people. But
Cool.
you know,
I did.
it's nice to control it, I guess.
About a decade ago, I went by myself and I made a trip to LA, and I spent like 4 days there, just hang around, and I did some music over there. But I was trying to reach out
Like
to a
busking, like on the street.
No, it's open mics.
Oh, open
Yeah.
mic.
And then I reached out to a talent agency, and I used them for like a couple months. But then I don't know. I felt I could do what they were doing.
You
get
you
that.
do it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they get a nice fee. It's anywhere between 10 and 20% usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes they negotiate even more, but generally between 10 and 20%. So they're pretty aggressive once they like you,
Right.
to make you come and work with them and then stay with them.
Right.
That's one thing I never liked about some of the talent agents I worked with. I was like, wow, you're like trying to take over the life. But I guess, the more you work, the more they get paid too.
Right.
So you didn't go that route. You don't have like a management company that you work with.
No, and maybe that's to my detriment, but I mostly view myself as kind of a songwriter, and I record my music, even to some extent as a performer. Although I enjoy performing, I realize that if I had a whole band, it would be even more nice to see. So I take good detail into like the writing, and I hope in some sense I could reach out to some publishers or other artists that want to cover my songs and do their own thing with it.
Who collab with them, or they just
That's cool.
buy the music from you? You mean like take your lyrics?
See, yeah, whatever, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that's a smart idea. I've written a couple jingles, and it's always fun. Like jingles are fun. Have you ever thought about that?
I have not.
I think
What
you should
about an
try it.
agency for that? Did you do that on your own, or did you have to
We
get?
did it on our own. It was just more of like I wrote one for Sharko's barbecue, but
okay.
they didn't take it because he wanted to lowball me at $150. And I was like, no,
He wanted to pay you less than 150.
no, he wanted to give me $150 for it, and I was like,
Hmm.
normally a song costs about $3,000.
I was gonna say, aren't the rights like 10 grand or something?
If you're buying a jingle, You know, it's like at least starting at 3,000.
Oh, I was a little high.
Yeah.
10 grand might be too high, but
Well, it depends on like size of the business or incorporation and stuff of that. If it's Ford, you could probably make millions. What's his name? Justin Timberlake did. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
oh right, I'm
And
loving
he,
it.
He
McDonald's.
made millions off of that.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Just from that.
Yeah.
Wow, you got to get in on that. You'll still do the caregiving though. I'm sure you love that.
How about that Burger King jingle?
Oh my God.
That's a catchy one.
BK.
Now who I forget who did that one.
It's a recent one.
Have it your way.
Yeah, I forget who did that, but they made some
Oh,
money, I'm sure.
There's another. I was thinking of BK.
I
You
forget.
rule.
I forget who sings all those songs, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely some money to be made in selling the material or writing for somebody else, basically.
I mean, I was more thinking in terms of like maybe a pop star taking my song and spinning it and doing a thing with it.
So you sell the whole thing. You sell the music, and then they take over and make it
I
theirs.
have a very what's it called? Open. Everything I write pretty much is online. Like I record it and I throw it up on TikTok or YouTube.
Have you loaded the music onto the places where like movies and producers are have you loaded it to all that stuff?
There was a site called Taxi.
Okay.
And I did use that, but again, yeah.
What would be a site that he would go on?
Yeah, I don't know the sites exactly. I just know that if you sign up for it, then you'll get to be heard by like film producers or people looking for songs in the background of like it'll.
Oh yeah, like for booking, but for musicians basically.
Right.
Yeah, they want your song in the movie, they'll put it in.
Well, say your full name again. I don't want to make
Osvaldo Paese.
Yeah. So if anybody's looking for Oswaldo, they can do a collab with him, or he's willing to work with you and give you the music. That's pretty cool.
There's with the internet, it's global. So I've had some people write to me from Norway, Spain.
No way, Norway.
That wouldn't have happened if I was just playing locally.
Sure.
So it's kind of interesting.
I think social media and YouTube and all the video platforms, it's phenomenal. It's just a matter of who ends up controlling what. I mean, that's what we talked about a little earlier in the broadcast. You got to be careful. Like I guess they thought everything I did was copyright. Like I said, they took down my whole channel.
Wow.
So
whole channel. Wow.
It took down my whole Facebook. I used to run a meme page, and like
they took that down.
Just took my Facebook down back in 2019.
Wow.
We got like 15,000 followers at that point.
Oh, I'd be so mad. I'd be threatening to sue.
Well, no, the European people, they post some weird stuff and they kind of screwed up the whole entire thing.
Well, I was going to say, I think the rules are different. Even though Meta's based here, I think in other countries you can get away with more stuff.
Yeah, they post creepy stuff. And
you think we're free here, but it's actually, you go like Italy or something, you got a lot more stuff you can do, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more freedoms in a lot more places.
I think they tax them more, though.
But there's also different, there's certain freedoms that Americans have that nowhere else,
right?
Has, and that's the
no. I'm not saying there's a problem. I'm just saying I don't like what you're talking about. I mean, he's got some unique songs. He wants to keep them out there. You don't want YouTube and Facebook or whoever else take them down.
Prince songs.
Yeah, right. Don't do Prince.
You can do it, right?
I had a similar issue with the Zeppelin cover I did.
Oh, the Zepp.
Yeah,
they don't like its songs used.
I saw Robert Plant in an interview about that. He was like dead set against people. Like even he doesn't like cover bands or tribute bands. He doesn't even like that.
You should try Metallica and see if Lars comes after you.
He probably will. Seriously, you want to get some publicity? They will, because
Lars comes after so many people.
They just had a big lawsuit not too long ago. I remember that on another station I was on. We were talking about it. It's like 2 years ago.
I'm old enough to remember that whole fiasco.
Okay, yeah, that's funny.
I think some of the younger generation, they don't realize how we had to go about things like with buying the CDs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's rules that you got to follow in the music and in the entertainment in general. That people like to protect their intellectual property, what they call it, original content, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I saw like a meme talking about a story of a kid who died. And the parents wanted to put Spidey, because like a Spider-Man logo.
On the grave,
and they wouldn't allow it.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of wild.
The world we're living in here.
Yeah.
So again, you do have a lot of originals. You're going to play some
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
for us here in a little bit, but I want to
Yeah.
ask you about the whole caregiving thing. Do you think that would be something that they would allow you to do for them, like play for the clients, or
Once in a great while, yeah. Once
like
in
on a
great
regular
while.
basis?
Concerts were always fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean like pay
I-
you extra to be like the entertainment, because like they have
Yeah.
entertainment directors a lot of places.
I try not to mix it too much, because of course I love playing, so I would do it all the time if I could. But I try not to mix the business and the.
You just secretly sing to them, right? When you're with them and helping them out, and like whatever, feeding them, whatever you got to do.
I also deliver food for Uber Eats part time, and sometimes it takes me to.
Wait, you deliver it and you start singing to the client customers. What?
Sometimes it takes me to restaurants that I never would have gone to, and I enjoy. So that's kind of a plus thing. But,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did one day of DoorDash, and so it was kind of cool. It was I had downloaded it, and I was gonna try to start DoorDashing more to make a little bit more money on the side of my job. And I started. I never even started it. I had the app for like 3 months, and then I get a random text from DoorDash, and it says, "Make $500 if you deliver 30 meals in this amount of time."
Oh, right.
It
They
was
wanted you to get back delivering for them.
Yeah,
Sure.
they wanted you to do it in like about 4 or 5 hours. So you had to do a lot of delivery.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I like literally went nuts. And
Oh, you did it?
I delivered all day. I made $750.
Oh, that's not bad for a day.
And then I cashed out, never went back. I was
Do-
like,
does,
I'm done.
does Uber do that for you?
They do have things like that, but I don't.
You haven't done $750
Oh,
for
it's stressful.
insane.
I
Man,
have
that
high
had to
blood
be
pressure.
yeah, that had to be like 30 deliveries or something.
Oh, it was. And one of the Popeyes deliveries was wrong. And I went back and tried to get it, and it was all a whole kerfuffle.
Boy.
And, there was a lot of complaining there. But I still made it to 30, so I was cool with it.
Well, maybe like I said, you got to just sing to your clients if they're not mad at you. You know.
Well, actually, like a lot of songs also involve like living a blue collar lifestyle. I wouldn't say I'm country, but some of there's an overlap in the kind of
Lyricism?
lyrics. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what I was asking earlier. Like, how would you classify what you do? But you're kind of mixing a few things together.
Yeah, it just whatever. I have a song called Maybe Will Smith Can, and it's about him slapping me to wake me up.
A reference a couple of years ago, the Oscars. Right?
When I used to promote Primal Moon with the boards, like signs outside, I put Primal Moon music slaps harder than Will Smith at the Oscars.
Okay, that was 2 years ago then. That's awesome. It's always good. That's how you go viral. I mean, I was just listening to something about being viral. A guy giving advice. Actually, I talked to a guy by the name of I said I was going to give him a free plug. Bam Josh, thank you for your advice. BAMNJOSH on Instagram, TikTok. I think he's on Facebook, but we were talking about that and how you go viral. And one of the things is you go with like a trend like that. Everybody's talking about Chris Rock and slap. You do that and you just tie it into whatever you're doing. Like you're doing a radio show. We talk about Chris rocking slap. You're making a song, you tie it into Chris rocking slap, and it helps pick it up and it helps
Chris
it go.
got rocked. No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't know if that would make that go viral. But the point is, when you have something that people know that happened, like in the pop culture, and they're searching for it.
Exactly.
So that was some of the advice again. But anyway, thanks again, Bam Josh. You can find him on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok that I know of.
Thanks.
But he's local too. That's what I thought was cool about him. You don't know that from his Instagram, but he's right here in the Chicago area. So, but I don't know if he wants people to know that. So you didn't hear that from me.
In addition to music, Chicago has a good comedy scene. It's a good city for the arts.
We're awesome for everything. Are you kidding? Chicago's I think Chicago's better than New York, LA, Miami, Houston, Atlanta, all the big ones.
It for sure doesn't smell as bad, and it's
Vegas,
and it's got the best skyline.
Vegas has got some weird animals running around the desert at night. That's what scared me.
And they got that big ball that smiles at everybody.
I might change my opinion on that, like maybe Vegas in 10 years, because it's so they're building so much over
Yeah,
there.
they got so many sports teams now.
The,
Yeah.
the Sphere is the biggest. Like they used to have the Omni Theater things, even here in Chicago. They had them. I think they might still have it at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. But the one that's in Las Vegas is the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
So of course it is. It's Vegas, right? But anyway, yeah. I mean, I think we have the best of everything. I really do. I don't just say that because we're in Chicago.
We got the best food in the States, even though I will say, surprisingly, where I lived in Springfield, Missouri, they have the largest amount of restaurants per capita in the nation.
Oh, they're going to say the best music venues. No,
so
restaurants.
I never went hungry.
Wait, what's in Spring? Is that near? That's not near the tourist thing. You know, the Branson. Is
So
it?
yeah,
It is near
Branson.
Branson?
30 minutes away.
Oh, maybe that's why everybody's. You know, they
Is
can't
that
stay in
where the
Branson.
Simpsons are living?
Yeah, right.
You should play in Branson. You would like
I've
that.
never been. Yeah.
It's-
Springfield would be nice too. There's a good music scene out there, actually. I know a couple bookers. But yeah, there's an emo ice cream shop too. If you ever get a
Nice.
chance to check out Springfield,
The
Missouri.
emo, like as in the way you look, like emo look.
Yeah,
Emo.
it's literally it's emo themed, and it's pretty cool.
Everybody's wearing black and their hair's all spiked.
Yeah,
Right?
they got the black ice cream,
And they
too.
got black ice cream. Sure. Purple, whatever, dark colors. So okay, well we kind of bouncing around a little bit. I want you to play, but before you do, where else are you going to be seen?
Truly, if you really want to see a lot of my stuff online, it's,
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Amazon.
How many videos do you have up?
I can't even count.
You said over 50. I thought you said earlier.
Oh, it's like more like 500-600.
Oh, maybe I heard you wrong. Did you say 500, not 50?
That's a plethora,
Whoa, that's
brother.
way more than anybody I know doing content.
Quite the.
I mean, we're
library.
starting to add them up. We do 2 hours a week, but
Yeah.
still, that's a
Well,
lot.
I mean, that's starting
Wow.
from 2008. So
Well, I was going to say since you're 17, but that's still a lot. And this is all of you doing different songs, or
Yeah.
maybe another version of the same song.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes I do take the music of a song and change the lyrics and give it another title. I do that. Sometimes,
Jeez.
but
Well, good for you. I mean, man, you should
rewriting.
just off of having that much content, you should be making money off of YouTube.
You would think so.
Oh, well,
Right.
you got to get into the program,
Truly,
the monetization thingy.
Truly, I'm not. At this point, I'm just content just being creative.
I get that.
Get
And
the
I
word
think
out or the music out.
Yeah, I don't need to be
A superstar.
Taylor Swift
Yeah.
per se. Although it would be
Hey,
nice.
you've been on this show. You're gonna be a superstar. Come on.
It would be nice to quit my day job.
That's the goal of every artist. It's just like I don't want to have to work my day job.
I mean,
you
I
know?
like my day job. It's my families and their
Same.
partners, but if I could just do this, that'd be cool. I agree.
Yeah, if I could just focus on that one thing that I love to do the most, or like anything I'm passionate about, then it's like, yeah, I mean, I love caregiving, like you said, you love helping people, but at the same time, it would be great to write music consistently.
Sure. And things change so quickly, with the I could be laid off tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Hopefully
true.
not. You never
At
know.
least the music you can kind of control yourself. So
Exactly. I mean, music is
if they want
it's
to
just,
find you, I want to get this out. I want to spell it. It's OSVALDO PAESE.
Yeah.
And that's on YouTube. So you can look for him there. Or probably maybe if you just type in Ozzy and then a title of one of your songs,
our
like
spot.
the Will Smith one.
Yeah, that one's on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay.
That one's on TikTok.
I want to hear that. Can you? We want you to play some music. Can you play that one, or do you have certain ones you picked already?
I did have certain ones I picked.
Okay, we'll just
I'd
go
like
ahead.
to hear those.
Yeah, let's just hear what you got. He's gonna go and get set up. So, anyway, so we can find. I that's a lot of music. Do you have 500 videos, Joe?
No.
Libby, you got 500 videos?
No. Mm.
I don't. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, but it isn't even on YouTube. It's still on my CDs
That's
or
how
my
it goes.
DVDs.
That's how it rolls.
That's awesome.
I have videos that I recorded on some shows that I've played in the past, and those places don't exist anymore. But it's kind of cool to see the memory of it. There used to be a really cool place up in Antioch called Swing State, and they were very friendly to me. The owner was like a young guy, and he just basically always had original music there. It was a hookah lounge, and even though he didn't pay me well, but he was like, "If you want to play here once a month."
Oh, very nice.
So I'm really grateful to Ian.
So, but he did pay something.
Go
He
easy.
a
didn't
little
just,
bit. Yeah,
he
a
didn't
little
just give you the coffee and the smokes and stuff.
bit. When I first got started, that's where I was playing a lot of times.
That's pretty cool.
Did he pay you in charcoal?
Yeah, right.
Sometimes.
I mean, I probably said, "Oh, I can give you
Here's some
plenty of.
charcoals.
I got plenty of product for you."
Put it on the hookah. Put it on the hookah.
That's funny. All right. So what's the first one you're gonna play?
This one's called "Owl in the Snow."
"Howl in the Snow" by Oswaldo.
This one is also on Spotify with drums, bass, and some secondhand guitar.
Great.
Heck yeah.
Shout out to Mex Studios. He lives in Cicero, and he's always looking for more clients. He's a buddy of mine, producer, and I've recorded 3 songs with him. He's got a nice setup.
What's his
That's
name?
awesome.
Mex Studios. His name's Jorge Diaz. But
Hello.
yeah, Mex
Welcome. Welcome to the Talking to You on the show.
Studios.
All right. So here's Oswaldo. He's gonna do live for us some acoustic.
Oh, owl in the snow, owl in the snow. Are you hiding away from the cold? Oh, mouse in a hole, mouse in a hole. Are you hiding away from the cold? Like me. Like me. Oh, bear in the cave, bear in the cave. Are you hiding away from the cold? Oh, lion in the den, lion in the den. Are you hiding away from the cold? Like me. Like me. Oh, howl in the snow, howl in the snow. Are you hiding away from the cold? Oh, lion in the den, lion in the den. Are you hiding away from the cold? Like me. Like me. Like me. Like me.
Nice.
I liked that falsetto
That was good.
switch up at the
Thank
end.
you.
That little rise. It kind
Appreciate
of
it.
reminded me of like
Oh
yeah, you know that
The
song.
Pixies.
Yeah,
Pixie-
yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
Libby knew.
I do cover that song actually.
Oh, really?
That's a good
cool.
song.
And,
Yeah.
and we're live on Facebook. That's Oswaldo Paese. Am I saying it?
Yeah, Osvaldo Paese.
Yeah, Paese. I forgot the A.
Thank
part.
you.
We
Paese.
got a
There
new
we go.
one.
This is actually an older one, but it's
This is our second song.
second song. Yeah, this is also on Spotify. That I wrote for someone who actually passed away. It's, I mean, man, it was really a tragedy.
Very
She was
in memoriam.
yeah, she was in her late 30s, This is about 5 years ago.
Oh,
But-
man.
Oh, that's
sorry,
awesome that
Sorry
you
for
did
the
that.
loss.
Thank you. But it's not really. I wrote this before she died, and it was. It takes on a life of its own. You know, music is not really always, especially when you write a lot. It doesn't always have to be personal.
I get it.
Sometimes you write in the third person.
I totally understand that too. Yeah.
So, but anyway, this is called "You Are My Weakness." When I see you, I want to kiss you and buy you the best food. When I see you, I want to caress you, even if you got the flu. When I see you, I want to squeeze you, call you my boo. You are my weakness, more than ageless. You are my weakness, and I'm careless. You are my weakness, and it's not painless. When I see you, I wanna lick you and play with your hair. When I see you, I wanna write a haiku and take you there. When I see you, I wanna share my revenue, 'cause it's only fair. You are my weakness, more than ageless. You are my weakness, and I'm careless. You are my weakness, but it's not painless. You are my weakness, more than ageless. You are my weakness, and I'm careless. You are my weakness, but it's not painless.
Heck yeah.
Love that.
Thank you, thank you.
You know what? Like that song kind of reminds me, like, okay, so your vocals, I love how you create your melody structures. Like
Appreciate it.
you structure your melodies in such a cool way. Both of those songs actually exemplified that. But at the same time, you also kind of remind me guitar wise of Chris on the acoustic
Oh, I can
from
see that.
Brojack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
He's
his
a
friend
talented
Chris.
guy.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
he was on the show too.
Yeah.
So no, like
Thank you. Yeah.
definitely, you're both really good acoustic artists.
Really good, by the
I
way.
think we listen to a lot of the same music.
Yeah, I bet he
and you're-
listens to quite a bit.
The voice
It
came out
sounded
for
like
that.
John Mayer.
Oh, okay.
Like John
Yeah.
Mayer.
It reminds me of
Appreciate it.
John Mayer. That's what I got.
I like that. Gotta love John Mayer.
He's good.
Your voice projects really well, by the way. This sounded great.
Thanks.
So
I was trying to get at also like inspiration. I've written a lot of songs that are inspired by nature and animals.
People.
Definitely people.
yeah,
That's a
obviously.
given. I feel like a lot of songs are. If you listen to the radio, most of the songs are about love or breakups or lust.
Dogs dying,
dogs die. That's
the
Not
car
too many.
the truck breaking down.
Yeah, well, that's
Just
country,
kidding.
right?
Big green tractors.
I encourage more songs about dogs.
Same,
so
same.
that the first one was about who?
The Owl in the Snow.
Yeah.
It's about an owl. No, I'm just kidding.
I went to an art fair up in Palatine. This was like 12 years ago, and there was a local artist there, and she made a painting of two owls in snow, and I bought it. It was like
The art,
$50.
more art inspiring other
And-
art. There
and
we
it-
go.
Yeah, and it always hung in my old studio apartment, and I would look at it and it was like,
So this was two of like 500 that you have out there, basically.
yeah.
Awesome.
Those two are on Spotify as well. That they have a more fleshed out recording.
I'll definitely give those ones a listen for sure. I really love that second one too. I don't know why your that melody structure hit me.
Thanks.
It was
And
really
Libby
nice. style.
likes John Mayer, so now she's gonna like Oswaldo. Ozzy. We'll call him Ozzy. Okay, he's friends of the show now. That was great.
Thank
Again, we're finding you on YouTube, obviously, on Spotify. Where were
Sure.
some other places?
Amazon, Google Play. I'm pretty sure there's music on my Reverb Nation page, SoundCloud.
Oh,
those are-
Reverb Nation and
Oh, and then-
SoundCloud.
And you're going to be in Michigan.
older.
Say the name again of the place you're going to.
Wolf Whistle Brewing.
Do you have any raps on SoundCloud?
I have one. Actually,
Oh,
believe
you
it
do?
or not.
Oh, epic.
And-
I mean,
and
it's SoundCloud.
The brewery
Everybody-
is what day you doing that? When are you going to the brewery?
That's this coming Friday.
Oh, so if people are watching it live, it's Holy Week. You're going to be up there,
Right.
taking a little Easter vacation while you're up there.
Yeah.
Wet your whistle at the Wolves.
There we go. Well, Oswaldo, it was great having you. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming on.
Thanks for
It
having me.
sounded really good. I really like
Appreciate
your last song there. But again, you can find them all on YouTube, and those two are on Spotify.
First song was awesome too, though. But I really liked the second one for some reason. I don't know.
Well-
I kind of picked that also because I think a lot of people can relate to lust and
Yeah.
stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. I mean,
it's a very
I get that.
certain
Prime
emotion
had
that-
wine and dine.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
So if they want to find you then online, it's YouTube, like you said, and under your full name, Osvaldo Paese.
Osvaldo Paese.
Awesome. Again, thanks for being here. It was great having you. You
Thanks for
sounded
having me.
great.
thanks,
he,
Ozzy.
he really belted it out there, didn't he, everybody?
Yeah, he was good.
And
Heck yeah.
that's another show already. We
Thank
fly
you.
through this stuff. So thanks for being on, Joe. Of course, thanks for getting him on and
Heck
being
yeah.
here. Izzy, Libby, thanks for being on.
Yeah, I do
Everybody-
what I can, you know.
Everybody can
Thank you.
Everybody can keep tuning into intellectualradio.com. Of course, all the social media stuff that we do, YouTube, Facebook, and soon to be radio as well, terrestrial. So look out for that. Everybody take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye.